My dear child, my chosen one, listen to me now. Something in you already knows this moment is not random, something deeper than thought, older than your body, recognizes this call. This is not coincidence, this is alignment, this is heaven trying one last time to reach the part of you that has been silently starving for truth. Archangel Michael stands trembling, his voice shaking the unseen realms, because you came dangerously close to missing what was carved for your destiny. He has been trying to reach you through numbers, through sudden thoughts, through dreams you brushed aside. And now heaven itself has paused the noise of the world, and placed this message in front of you. Do not turn away, do not treat this lightly, this is your moment to listen with your soul instead of your eyes. You feel the heaviness in your chest right now, you feel the trembling under your ribs. That is not fear, that is recognition. Your spirit is remembering something your mind forgot, a promise, a path, a calling. You are standing inside a moment that was written long before you ever took your first breath. God folded this second into your destiny, knowing that one day when you were weary, you would need a message strong enough to pull you back from the edge. Tonight is that message, tonight is that pull. Archangel Michael cries, tell them they have walked past too many signs, tell them heaven cannot keep the gates open forever, tell them this is the last call before the shift. And child, listen carefully, this is not a threat, this is rescue. Heaven is not scolding you, heaven is trying to save you from the storm that was set against your name. You came close to stepping into a trap, built by someone who smiles in your face, while hiding shadows in their hands. That quiet suspicion you felt, that wasn't insecurity, that was discernment waking up. Good, you are still here. And because you stayed, the next layer is opening. Your spirit has leaned in, and heaven responds to hunger faster than anything else. This is why the atmosphere feels heavier, why the air feels charged. The veil is thin around you right now, the message is unfolding in real time, because you have finally given heaven permission to speak. Listen, beloved, your ancestors carried prayers they never saw answered. They stood in the gaps you never knew existed, they whispered your name into the winds of generations, hoping you would be the one strong enough to break what broke them. And now those prayers are gathering around you like a cloud of witnesses. They are not haunting you, they are holding you, they are guiding you toward the breakthrough they longed for. Michael says, do not run from the urgency you feel. That is heaven's heartbeat echoing against your own, every tear you cried in silence, every moment you wondered if God even noticed you, those were not ignored. They were collected, and tonight the jar breaks. Tonight the answers begin to pour, but only for those who stay, only for those who refuse to look away from what their spirit recognizes as truth. You may ask yourself, why now, why me? Because timing is everything in the spiritual world. And tonight, your life is at a crossroad. One path leads back into cycles you've been trying to escape, the other leads into the version of you heaven always intended. The enemy fights so violently right before breakthrough, because they know what you don't, that the moment you step into alignment everything changes. Tonight is that alignment. Do you feel the lightness beginning to rise in you, that subtle peace that doesn't make sense? That is confirmation, your angels are drawing closer, rearranging circumstances quietly, so that the next step is not a struggle but a glide. The next 48 hours will be filled with signs, dreams that feel too real, numbers that repeat without reason, sudden clarity about people and paths. None of it is random, all of it is divine communication. Michael urges you to write down the first name that lands in your mind. That name is a key. It may be someone to forgive, someone to release, someone to confront, or someone heaven is preparing to bring into your life. Write it down even if it feels confusing. Heaven often speaks in seeds, not sentences. Forgiveness is your unlocking mechanism, not forgiveness that excuses hurt, but forgiveness that frees you from the weight of bitterness. When you forgive, the flow of miracles begins. When you release, your hands finally open to receive. The burning sensation you feel when truth hits you, that is purification, not punishment. Let the burn refine you. Heaven is repositioning people around you. Some will drift away. Let them, they are not your loss, they are your clearance. Others will appear unexpectedly. Welcome them, they are divine appointments disguised as coincidence. You are being prepared to carry a generational shift, one that corrects what the past could not heal. God says, I will restore beyond what was taken. That restoration is not only emotional, it is physical, financial, relational. Doors will appear where walls used to be, opportunities will unfold that were once unimaginable. But your heart must be ready. A closed heart cannot receive open blessings. When doubt rises, speak with authority, I choose the path heaven wrote for me. Say it until your spirit believes it, say it until your fear loosens its grip, say it until the atmosphere around you bends. And now, beloved child, breathe, stay with me. The message is not finished, the deepest revelation is just beginning to unfold. You stayed, and because you stayed, heaven leans in closer than ever before. This moment is thick with presence, heavy with meaning, charged with a destiny you can almost taste. Archangel Michael steps forward, his wings folding around you like a shield, and says, listen carefully now. This is the depth most people never reach, but you stayed, so heaven reveals what others never see. My child, feel the shift inside you. That quiet strength rising in your chest is not imagination, that is alignment. That is your soul stepping back into the blueprint God wrote over your life, long before you had language for longing. You are not stumbling into this moment, you were guided, you were carried, and now at last you are awake. The words you speak in this season are not just sounds, they are codes, they are keys. Every declaration of faith you make becomes a door that swings open in the unseen. Whisper, I choose faith, and watch how the atmosphere around you responds. Heaven listens to sentences spoken in surrender. Michael says, guard your mind like you'd guard a treasure. The enemy doesn't always remove the blessing, sometimes it only needs to distract you from receiving it. A negative thought here, a discouraging memory there. But you are wiser now, you will catch the lies mid-flight, replace them with truth instantly. Speak, I am chosen, I am covered, I am aligned with heaven. Let these words carve space inside you for breakthrough to settle. You will begin noticing synchronicities that feel almost impossible to explain, a name repeating, a familiar number glowing on clocks and receipts, a phrase appearing in conversation and then again in a dream. Do not dismiss these signs, they are breadcrumbs, divine markers showing you that you are walking on sacred ground. When the pattern appears, pause and breathe. That pause is where the instruction drops. There will be a test disguised as a favor, it will come wrapped in sweetness, but carrying a weight that doesn't feel right. Do not break your peace to please someone else, heaven never asks you to violate your spirit. Trust your discernment, the right door does not require you to shrink, bend, or betray yourself. Your heart is being prepared for a blessing that expands you. An unprepared heart repels goodness, but a willing one attracts it. Release fear, release doubt, let faith fill the empty places where anxiety used to live. Every time doubt rises, return to the breath, whisper, I choose faith, until even your heartbeat begins to believe it. Michael says, take authority. Name the chains, fear, shame, old narratives. Speak to them like you're breaking a contract. Chains don't fall because you whisper, they fall because you command. Use your voice, heaven backs authority spoken by a child who knows they are loved. Be wise with your circle, not everyone who claps for you is cheering for your rise. Some only clap to stay close to your light, protect your invitations, protect your time. Your destiny cannot afford careless company, keep those around you who nourish your spirit and sharpen your clarity. Soon a small object, a message, or a moment will touch you in a strange but familiar way. It may feel ordinary to the eye, but electric to your intuition. That is your confirmation, follow it. What begins as a whisper, will end as a door. Michael kneels beside you even now, he is not a distant being, he is present, listening, petitioning, covering. You are witnessing a holy intervention, one specifically crafted for the fractures of your heart. Let the protection settle into your bones, heaven is not guessing with your story, heaven is intentional. You have carried the weight of seeking validation for far too long. Here is your validation, heaven marks your timing is ready. Ready for increase, ready for restoration, ready for peace that doesn't break. You were never delayed by failure, you were prepared by refinement. What others called stagnation, God called foundation. Expect restoration in forms you didn't predict. It may come through an opportunity you forgot about, a person you thought was gone forever, or clarity that solves a problem instantly. Don't demand the shape of the blessing, welcome the substance. Heaven's creativity is infinite. Comparison is poison in this season. Reject it. Your miracle is built with details unique to your destiny. You are not late, you are not behind, you are precisely aligned. Walk your lane with courage, and celebrate others without abandoning your own assignment. This is the moment to plant. Not just money, no, something deeper. Kindness, service, a small sacrifice, a seed of generosity. Heaven does not measure amounts, it measures heart posture. Give from trust not calculation, generosity unclogs spiritual pipes. Closed hands block more than they protect. And listen, when truth comes out, when someone's mask falls. Do not let revenge tempt you, revenge is too small for the magnitude of your calling. You are not here to conquer people, you are here to conquer cycles. Let God handle justice, rise above petty battles. Your elevation demands emotional maturity. If grief returns, do not shame yourself. Grief is not failure, grief is a doorway. Call God into the room when it aches, let tears cleanse, let memory soften. Healing is not weakness, it is sacred surgery. And the more you heal, the more space joy will find to settle. Michael warns, beware the subtle lie of unworthiness. It will come quietly, disguised as humility. But real humility accepts blessing, real humility receives love, real humility says, if God trusted me with this, I will trust myself too. Do not shrink from the goodness coming, you are not a mistake, you are a vessel. You stayed through the noise, you stayed through doubt. And heaven saw that perseverance, now walk like someone who holds keys that once belonged to your ancestors. Move with quiet strength, make decisions with clarity, guard what is sacred with tenderness and firmness. Now, beloved, breathe. Ground yourself in this moment, whisper, I am ready. Let your spirit absorb the truth, Michael's tears are not sadness, they are sacred relief. Heaven has pursued you for so long, and tonight you finally turned your face toward the call. Stay with me, the final instruction is nearing, the last confirmation is on its way, the revelation that ties everything together is about to unfold. Do not step away, not now, not at the threshold. Heaven is fully awake for your story. My beloved, release it now. That weight you've been dragging from year to year, set it down. Heaven cannot fill hands that refuse to let go. Michael watches you gently, knowing this moment is the turning point. This is where the old story ends, and the new chapter begins. Do not cling to what was, stretch toward what is rising. This single act of surrender will shift the atmosphere around you, you will feel something loosen, as if invisible ropes finally snap. That release is the signal heaven has been waiting for, let it fall, let it go, step forward lighter. Do you feel that breath catching in your chest? That is your spirit waking up. Michael says, this release you just offered is not small, it is seismic. It shakes unseen realms, it tells heaven you are finally ready for what has been waiting behind closed doors. Stay here, stay present. Heaven responds fastest to those who remain, your yes is a beacon, it pulls angels into motion. Something sacred is forming around you even now, hold your heart open, let the next revelation come without resistance. My child, there is a reason this moment feels weighted, electric, holy. It is because heaven is realigning your timeline. What was delayed is accelerating, what was blocked is dissolving, what felt impossible is being rewritten. You are not imagining this shift, your soul recognizes it before your mind can explain it. Michael whispers, stay steady, do not run from the feeling. This is the beginning of restoration, breathe into that, let your spirit expand instead of shrinking back. There will be a small sign in the next hours. Something simple, yet unmistakable. It may be a phrase, a symbol, a number, or a moment of sudden peace. But it will carry a vibration your heart cannot ignore. When it comes, do not rush past it. Give it your attention, that sign is the first thread of a larger tapestry heaven is weaving for you. Follow it with curiosity, heaven speaks in subtle but precise language. Read the signals, respond to them. Every small obedience unlocks larger provision. Michael says, the next step requires protection. Guard your atmosphere like a treasure room, protect your energy from draining conversations, chaotic voices, and people who thrive on confusion. This season is too delicate, too sacred for noise. You must choose silence over distraction, clarity over chaos. Your destiny sharpens in quiet spaces. Do not apologize for withdrawing. Heaven does its best work in your stillness. Step back from anything that feels heavy without purpose. Step toward what feels clean, honest, and aligned. My beloved, you are entering a window of supernatural clarity. Questions that haunted you will begin to unravel, answers long delayed will rise like sunrise. You will feel nudges, call this person, check that message, revisit that idea. These nudges are not random, they are heaven's choreography. Follow them without overthinking. Overthinking is the enemy of divine instruction. Trust the inner stirrings, they are placed there by hands older than time. There is someone connected to your next chapter, who will reveal their heart soon. Their honesty will shock you, not with pain, but with relief. They will speak truth you needed but never expected. Receive it gently. Let clarity replace confusion, let revelation replace doubt. Michael says, this person is not coming to derail you, they are coming as confirmation. Honor their words, but measure them with discernment. Some truths heal, some truths guide, some truths close old doors so new ones can open. A practical shift is also approaching. Something in your physical world, an email, a document, a message, a forgotten detail, will resurface. It will be the missing piece that makes the path ahead clearer. When it appears, pause, and handle it with care. This is heaven bringing order to your steps. Divine alignment often arrives disguised as practical responsibility. Treat every small task now as holy ground. Your diligence is the bridge between promise and manifestation. Michael says, to watch your inner dialogue carefully. Your thoughts are seeds, and heaven blesses what you water. Replace every whisper of fear with truth, replace every doubt with your declaration, I receive. Each repetition strengthens your spirit, aligns your energy, and reminds heaven that you are cooperating with the calling on your life. Do not underestimate the power of your own voice. Destiny responds to spoken faith. My beloved, you will notice your intuition sharpening. Moments that once felt confusing will suddenly feel obvious. You will know who to trust, you will know what to decline, you will know when to step back, and when to move forward. This is not coincidence, this is divine discernment maturing within you. Michael says, trust what rises in your chest, that is where truth speaks first. Let your inner compass guide you, it has been recalibrated by heaven itself. There will be a return, someone from your past appearing with softness, with apology, with reflection. You may feel stirred or conflicted, give yourself space. You are not required to rebuild every bridge. Restoration and reconciliation are not the same thing. Choose peace over nostalgia, choose clarity over history. Your future does not need to shrink to fit your past, let discernment lead. My child, expect a form of provision, support, opportunity, resources, alignment. to step toward you. It may not arrive wrapped in lightning, it may not feel dramatic. Heaven often works quietly, efficiently, elegantly. What comes will remove pressure, and open space for the next chapter. Receive it with gratitude, steward it with intention. Your response to this first wave determines how much more can flow. Gratitude expands, wisdom stabilizes, integrity multiplies. Michael leans close, with one final whisper for this moment. You survived seasons designed to break you, now you will enter seasons designed to build you. Let that truth settle into your bones. You are not going backward, you are not repeating cycles, you are stepping into a life that finally matches the size of your spirit. Hold your head high, take the next breath slowly, say once more, I receive. Heaven moves through open hands and willing hearts. Stay present, the next revelation is already gathering at the edge of your spirit. My beloved, pay attention now, because this is where the hidden wisdom unfolds. Michael says, mercy will often arrive disguised as inconvenience. A delayed call, a changed plan, a sudden pause. These are not interruptions, these are protections. Heaven blocks what would break you, even when you complain about the timing. Look closer, what you think is a setback, may actually be the hand of God redirecting you toward what aligns with destiny. Trust the detours, they are often safer than the straight paths. Do you feel that subtle shift inside you? That is your spirit remembering who you are becoming. Heaven is not only healing what hurt you, heaven is rebuilding what you thought could never be restored. Let yourself rise into this new internal strength, let confidence return slowly like morning light, stretching across the horizon. You don't have to rush, transformation does not need speed, it needs willingness. Offer your willingness, and watch how heaven multiplies it. There will be someone who tests your boundaries soon. They may come with charm, or familiarity. But pay attention to the energy behind their words, peace reveals truth, confusion reveals danger. If their presence drains you, step back. If their voice unsettles your spirit, listen to the warning. This season requires clarity. Protecting your peace is not rudeness, it is spiritual stewardship. You are guarding the soil where your future is being planted, guard it wisely. Michael says, you will encounter a moment that feels strangely familiar. As if you've lived it before. That's because heaven often presents alignment in cycles. You are being given a chance to choose differently this time. When the moment appears, breathe, and remember this message. Do not react from old wounds, respond from healed wisdom. That single response will shift where the next months lead. You are not repeating the past, you are rewriting it. My child, your name is carried through heaven with reverence. You may not feel worthy some days, but heaven has never questioned your worth. The battlefield of the mind has been the enemy's favorite ground against you. That ends now, speak truth out loud until it becomes the architecture of your thoughts. Say, I am chosen, I am protected, I am aligned. These words are not empty, they are anchors. They stabilize your spirit when storms try to pull you under, let them become your daily medicine. There will be a soft confirmation soon. A dream that feels too vivid to dismiss, a sentence from a stranger, a line in a song that lands like lightning in your chest. Do not ignore it, these subtle signals are heaven speaking in a language your soul understands. When it hits, pause, and listen. These are not coincidences, they are coordinates. Heaven is showing you where to step next. What you do with these small hints will shape the magnitude of the blessings ahead. A quiet opportunity will come your way, something small, almost unremarkable. Do not dismiss it because of its simplicity. Heaven often hides breakthroughs in ordinary wrapping. This opportunity may open to practical support, provision, guidance, or clarity. Receive it with gratitude, not suspicion. Let humility be your first response. Humility keeps the doors open long after excitement fades. Michael says, do not worry about the opinions circling around you. People will always have commentary, but heaven has conclusions. The conclusions written over your life cannot be undone by gossip or envy. Let your actions be your response. Walk with dignity, move with purpose. Silence is sometimes your strongest defense, choose it wisely. Heaven fights battles you never see. My beloved, a moment of emotional release may come without warning. Tears, trembling, sudden clarity. Let it happen. This is not weakness, this is cleansing. Heaven is emptying the container of old pain, so new joy can pour without spilling. Let the release flow freely. After this release you will feel lighter, more centered, more grounded in who you truly are. This is inner resurrection, lean into it. Your future self is already celebrating your courage, that version of you, the healed, wise, strengthened one. Exists because of the decisions you make now. When fear whispers to retreat, remember who you are becoming. Move for the future self who stands grateful that you didn't quit in moments like this. Let their gratitude echo backward into your choices today. There is a relationship heaven is refining. It may be a friendship, a bond, or an old tie you've carried for years. Watch how truth surfaces. Some bonds will tighten, others will quietly dissolve. Allow both outcomes with grace. Not every connection belongs in your next chapter. Some were seasonal, some were assignments, some were distractions. Let discernment reveal each one. Release what drains you, honor what grows you. Michael reveals one more instruction: prepare your space physically and spiritually. Clean a corner of your home, remove what feels stagnant, open your windows. Fresh air invites fresh guidance. As you clear your physical environment, your inner clarity will sharpen. Heaven loves prepared spaces. Make room for new things to arrive without clutter competing for your attention. My child, expect a moment soon that feels like divine alignment. A message arriving at the perfect time, a door opening after months of silence, a person appearing with insight you didn't know you needed. When it happens, whisper gratitude. Gratitude is the force that accelerates blessings. Grateful hearts move in rhythm with heaven. Let gratitude become your default reaction. Michael stands watch over you now, wings spread wide, shielding your next steps. You are closer than you think, stronger than you know, and more guided than you realize. Take a slow breath, whisper your agreement, I'm ready. Let that readiness rise through your chest like quiet fire. Heaven hears every declaration, the unfolding continues. Stay with the process, something deeper is approaching. But hear me now, this next part is where everything starts to sharpen. There will be a message that comes unexpectedly, not to promise you anything extreme, but to bring clarity to something that has been tangled for too long. When that clarity arrives, breathe. It is not a sign to panic, it is a sign that heaven is helping you see the path without confusion. Michael says, what becomes visible can finally be healed. Let this awareness be gentle, let it guide you instead of overwhelming you. A shift is approaching, subtle but powerful. You may notice conversations changing tone, doors that once felt stuck beginning to ease open, or small opportunities appearing like stepping stones. These are not accidents, these are the early movements of alignment. The kind that prepare your spirit for steady progress. Do not rush them, do not force them. Let them unfold at the speed of peace. Every meaningful season begins with tiny invitations disguised as ordinary moments. There will be a voice inside you that suddenly feels louder and wiser. That voice is not fear, not impulse, not pressure, it is discernment rising. Trust the clarity that comes without chaos. True guidance does not scream, it steadies you. When you feel that inner grounding, follow it one small step at a time. Michael whispers, the right path rarely shouts, it hums. Listen for the hum, it will appear when your spirit is still enough to hear it. A moment of reflection will come when you least expect it. You might be washing dishes, walking across a room, or lying awake in the night. When a sudden understanding drops into your mind, capture it, write it down. These quiet flashes are messages of direction, safe, steady, guiding you without pressure or fear. Heaven leads gently, never through panic. Let the softness teach you what force could never reveal. Someone from your circle will come forward with honesty. Their words may surprise you, but they will also free you from assumptions you carried. Truth spoken with sincerity is a gift, accept it with maturity. Do not let old defensiveness rise, instead let the honesty cleanse misunderstandings. Michael says, sometimes clarity arrives through another's courage. Honor their courage by listening fully. You will feel a pull to reorganize something in your world. It might be your schedule, your habits, a drawer, a plan, or even the way you speak to yourself. This urge is not random, realignment begins in small physical spaces. When you clear one thing, your mind breathes again. When your mind breathes, your spirit listens. And when your spirit listens, destiny becomes easier to recognize. Follow the nudge, clean what calls for order. A gentle opportunity will appear, quiet, genuine, free of pressure. It will not ask you to compromise yourself, it will not demand urgency, it will feel warm, steady, and aligned. That is the opportunity worth exploring. Not every open door is meant for you, but the ones that arrive wrapped in peace deserve your attention. Michael smiles and says, peace is the signature of your next step. Be wise with your conversations in this season. Not everyone has earned access to the depth of your heart, share selectively, choose the voices that lift, not the ones that drain. Your energy is precious, and heaven invites you to protect it. Boundaries are not walls, they are gates that teach the world how to treat you. Set them gently, and hold them with grace. A memory will surface soon. Not to hurt you, but to heal you. Something unresolved will rise with new understanding. When it does, let compassion lead the way. You are not who you were when that moment happened. You are stronger, wiser, and far more open to growth. Michael says, healing is not about erasing the past, it is about rewriting its meaning. Allow the new meaning to settle. You will receive a small but meaningful confirmation. Maybe through a dream, a phrase, a symbol, or a stranger's kindness. These confirmations do not promise miracles, they promise direction. And direction is the soil where transformation grows. Treat every confirmation like a thread, follow it slowly, patiently. The threads will weave a path that makes sense only when you look back. Expect a moment that feels like a soft reset. Your emotions may calm, your thoughts may quiet, or your body may release tension you've held for years. This is alignment, not magic, not pressure, just the natural result of choosing peace repeatedly. Stay with the peace, it's building a foundation inside you that nothing external can shake. You may notice that certain people drift slightly away, do not chase. Let every shift happen naturally. Some people complete their assignment in your life before you realize the chapter is done. Bless them silently and step forward. Better connections are forming ahead, ones that nurture your spirit and honor your growth. Trust the rearranging. Michael speaks softly now, his voice steady as a lighthouse in fog. You are entering a season of steady strengthening, not sudden shock, not overwhelming change, just consistent elevation. Let that truth comfort you, let it remind you that growth can be gentle. You do not need to fear what comes next, you only need to stay present. A quiet courage is forming in you, you will feel it soon, when faced with a decision you once avoided. This time you will approach it differently, with clarity, with calm, with the confidence that heaven walks beside you. And once you take that step, your world will open in ways you couldn't see before. My beloved, breathe now, feel how your chest rises with new hope, feel how the air around you softens. This is not pressure, this is presence. You are not being pushed, you are being guided. You are not being warned, you are being prepared. You are not alone, you are supported. Stay, listen, allow your next chapter to unfold with grace. Your new season has already begun. Do not rush this moment, because what comes next requires your fullest awareness. There will be a shift in how you see someone from your past, not to create anger, but to create understanding. When that insight lands, breathe gently. Clarity is never given to condemn you, it is given so you may walk differently. Michael says, revelation isn't punishment, it's preparation. Let that truth settle into your chest like steady light. Something in your atmosphere will soften, almost like a spiritual exhale. You'll feel yourself relaxing in places you didn't even know were tight. That release is not random, it is heaven loosening the knots of old tension, so you can finally stand upright in your identity. Do not ignore it. When your body relaxes, your spirit becomes more receptive. And when your spirit is receptive, guidance flows with effortless precision. A name will echo in your mind, gentle, persistent, meaningful. Don't overthink it, don't judge it, just write it down. That name represents a point of direction, a connection, or a healing that your next chapter requires. Michael whispers, honor the names heaven highlights, they are not accidents, they are assignments. Treat the name with respect, not obsession. Let God unfold meaning one layer at a time. There will be a small moment when your heart suddenly feels lighter. This may come in the form of laughter, a memory that no longer stings, or a sense of inner calm where chaos once lived. That gentle lightness is alignment, it shows you that old burdens are loosening their grip. Notice it, celebrate it. This is how transformation begins, not in explosions, but in subtle softening. A truth you've avoided will rise to the surface, but not to shame you. It will appear like a lantern, illuminating a part of your story that has been dim for years. When it rises, meet it with compassion, not fear. Michael says, truth is a healer when welcomed with humility. Allow the truth to guide you, not haunt you. Let it be a compass, not a chain. You will feel compelled to clean one specific area of your life, not everything, just one corner, one drawer, one file, one conversation, one promise. Follow that impulse. Clearing even one space creates momentum, momentum creates clarity, clarity creates courage, and courage creates doors. Your next step does not require perfection, only direction. Someone will reveal their genuine heart through a subtle gesture. It might be a message, a shared moment, or a vulnerability they've never shown before. Pay attention, their authenticity is not coincidence, it is alignment. Honor those who show truth without demanding anything from you. These are the souls heaven sends to steady your path. There will be a test disguised as convenience. It will offer you the easy path, the shortcut, the immediate relief. But listen close, shortcuts often cost more than they promise. The way of growth may be slower, but it is safe, sustainable, and aligned. Michael says, choose what strengthens your soul, not what numbs it. Your long-term peace matters more than quick comfort. A quiet confidence is rising inside you, even if you can't name it yet. You may feel more grounded, more aware, more willing to trust yourself. That confidence is a sign of spiritual maturity. You are shedding the skin of old insecurity, and stepping into deeper authority. Walk gently in this strength, do not flaunt it, embody it. A small conversation will shift the direction of your thinking, a friend, a mentor, or even a stranger may say something that unlocks understanding. When it happens, pause, reflect. That sentence carries weight. These subtle keys often open the doors you didn't even realize were locked. Write it down, honor the wisdom God sends through human voices. Prepare for a moment of unexpected clarity while you rest. It might be during sleep, in a dream, or in the silent hour right before waking. When the insight appears, treat it like a gift. Morning revelation is often the clearest, because your spirit listens while your mind sleeps. Record it immediately. These night whispers shape entire seasons. You will feel a pull toward simplicity. You may suddenly want to organize your routine, reduce noise, or distance yourself from unnecessary drama. Follow that instinct. Simplicity is not lack, simplicity is strength. Michael says, a quiet life creates a loud spirit. Let that be your anchor. Quietness is preparation, not punishment. A relationship will reveal its true nature, someone's intentions will become clearer, kinder, or more distant. Do not cling, do not push, let clarity be your guide. Not every person in your life belongs in every season. Some are travelers, some are builders, some are blessings, some are lessons. Trust the sorting. There is something you buried because you thought you weren't ready, a dream, a talent, a calling, a desire. It is resurfacing, not to overwhelm you, but to remind you that God hasn't forgotten the parts of you that you paused. Michael whispers, your gifts are still alive, approach them again with fresh curiosity. This time you have more wisdom. A subtle nudge will tell you when to speak, and when to stay silent. Trust that timing, not every truth needs to be shared immediately. Some truths are seeds, plant them quietly, and let their fruit appear naturally. Your silence when guided is just as powerful as your voice. Expect a moment of inner healing that feels like warmth. It may come while praying, reflecting, or simply sitting in stillness. That warmth is not imagined, it is renewal, it is release, it is restoration unfolding gently. When you feel it, pause, and breathe deeply. Heaven works through peace far more than pressure. Michael now steps closer, his presence steady and luminous. You stayed, he says with a radiant calm, that is why the way is clearing. Feel that truth, let it enter your bones. You are not walking alone, you are not reaching blindly, you are being guided intentionally, gently, wisely. My beloved, the next chapter of this message holds direction, clarity, and alignment. Do not rush, do not leave, let your heart remain open. Heaven is still speaking, and your spirit is still listening. Stay, receive, keep walking forward with courage. Your unfolding continues. My beloved, if you speak that vow with honesty, heaven hears it as clearly as a trumpet. And Michael leans forward with quiet authority, saying, now watch what alignment feels like. You will notice your chest soften, as if something heavy just rolled off your spirit. That lightness is not random, it is a sign that you have shifted from survival into purpose. Keep your posture steady. When your heart softens, your discernment sharpens, that is when heaven whispers the clearest. Do not be surprised if something small happens in the next day, something gentle yet strangely meaningful. A sentence overheard, a moment of calm, a message that feels too fitting to be coincidence. These small alignments are the fingerprints of grace. Take note of them, write them down. You are building a trail of evidence that strengthens your faith when storms rise again. A quiet test will come soon, not to break you, but to reveal you. Someone's impatience, someone's doubt, someone's passive words might provoke you. But pause, remember who you are becoming, respond with grounded grace, not old frustration. Your maturity is one of the strongest signals heaven responds to. Growth is loud in the spiritual realm, even when your actions are quiet to people. Michael urges you to protect the flame inside you. The world has enough noise, enough chaos, enough sharpness. You are being shaped into a person who brings calm where fear speaks, clarity where confusion shouts, truth where lies scatter. Hold that assignment with reverence. When you feel anger rising, breathe twice before speaking, when you feel bitterness knocking, answer with forgiveness. These small moments of restraint are spiritual victories, unseen by others, but celebrated by angels. You may feel a sudden pull to revisit a choice you left hanging. Perhaps a dream, a task, a conversation, or a step you were scared to take. Look at it again, this time you will notice new understanding. Heaven often revisits old instructions when your heart is finally stable enough to carry them. Do not fear the repeat, it is grace circling back for you. There is a voice inside you that is growing stronger. Not arrogance, not overconfidence, but a steady internal knowing that says, I was built for this season. Trust that voice, it is not your ego, it is your alignment. When self-doubt whispers, let this truth rise louder, the storms that tried to break you have now become the evidence that you were always capable of standing. Turn that evidence into confidence, not loud, but deep. Expect a moment of clarity about someone in your life. A realization that feels like a curtain lifting. This is not for judgment, this is for navigation. When you see them clearly, treat that clarity as a compass, move with kindness, but also with wisdom. Protect your peace, peace is not passive, it is a boundary wrapped in compassion. A symbolic sign will appear in the next few days. A pattern, a shape, a number, a phrase, something that repeats enough times to catch your attention. Smile when it comes, whisper a thank you. These signs are not magic, they are reminders that you are not walking your path alone. Heaven speaks softly, but consistently. Michael says your spirit is stretching in the best way. This stretch may feel unfamiliar, you might feel emotional for no reason, you might feel tired in new ways, or energized without explanation. These are symptoms of transformation, let the process shape you. Growth rarely feels clean, but it always feels purposeful. There will be a moment when someone's vulnerability opens a door for you to show compassion. Do not hesitate, kindness given during someone else's low moment becomes a seed heaven remembers. Offer comfort but not rescue unless you are led, offer presence but not pressure. Wisdom loves boundaries. A new idea is forming inside you, quiet but insistent. Give it room, write it down even if it seems too simple. Heaven often hides profound shifts in ideas that feel small at first. Test the idea with prayer, with peace, and with patience. When the timing is right, it will unfold naturally without force. You may hear an old memory surface unexpectedly. Do not run from it, sit with it. Memories are not always meant to wound, sometimes they arrive as mirrors showing how far you've come. Use the reflection to affirm your resilience, let the memory teach not torment. Michael reminds you your voice matters more than you know. Speak life into your environment, when doubt rises in someone close to you, offer words of encouragement. When fear tries to grip your own heart, speak truth aloud. Words shape atmosphere, use them wisely. Expect one conversation soon that carries unexpected wisdom. It may come from someone younger, someone older, or someone you barely know. Listen, this conversation is part of your map. The right words at the right time create shifts that effort alone cannot accomplish. Tonight prepare yourself with a simple act of intentionality. Light a candle, sit in silence, write a single sentence of desire or faith. These small rituals align your heart with what your spirit is ready to receive. They are not superstition, they are focus. You will feel a rise of courage in an area where fear used to control you. Use it, take one step, even a small one. Progress does not require perfection, it only requires movement. Heaven expands paths for those who dare to walk forward. Michael says the next chapter of your life will require emotional strength rooted in gentleness. Be firm but be soft, be brave but be humble, be bold but be kind. These paired qualities build leaders heaven trusts. A moment is coming where silence will feel more powerful than speech. Honor that moment. Silence is not emptiness, it is strategy. It protects what words might expose too soon. My beloved, the next revelation is close. You have softened, opened, and steadied yourself long enough for heaven to trust you with deeper instructions. Stay here, your spirit is listening, the unfolding is near.